Hello and welcome to the Heat Army podcast. We are dying to start the show, so while we're in the intro like this, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, like and comment away. We want all of your thoughts and views for the start of the show as we get started, and we can't wait to hear from you. Also as well, we'd like to say a massive thank you to our sponsors at Northern Print Solutions, because without... Oops. Well, anyway, we've started. I pressed the button by mistake. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Heat Army podcast. There isn't much to talk about this week. There hasn't been anything online. There's been no rumours. There's been no whispers. And frankly, we're just going to go straight to the Prediction League and end the show there. Introduce the boys that's here with us. There they are, Mickey and Steely. How are you doing, boys?
Good Good. Yeah. Probably better than I should be after 2 defeats, but you know.
Yeah, I know. We've got lots to talk about, and we've got new, as you see here, you may be able to see, look, I'll go here. We've got our name tags there. Oh, I've got a dog over my shoulder. Steely's. We've got all that now. So when we're talking, you can have a better name tag. But not only that, we have got this as well, boys. We've got the board. We've got lots to talk.
You got out of G?
Sorry?
Are you not busy enough?
Not busy enough, no. So there we go. The podcast topics, as you can see, introduction. We're in the middle of that. Javon Malcolm, Player of the Month, takeover? Question mark. Have you seen anything online? We'll get into it. Chris Bush, health issue. We'll wish him all the best. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. There's Braintree and Maidenhead. I've got Tamworth in there. I shouldn't have put it in because obviously that'll be after next week's show. Prediction League, your messages, and anything else. But boys, before we get into that, how are you feeling in general?
Married, I think.
Fairly good, yeah. We haven't lost today. Yeah. Why do you ask this question? This feels like a loaded question, Davey.
It wasn't a loaded. Although I have got look. What looks?
I'm nervous now. I'm very nervous because he's got his new toys, or you know. And he's
no, I've got nothing bad like that.
Right.
Harry's watching over my shoulder in disgust. We've got lots.
How are you, Davey? How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah. I'm tired. But we have got our glorious listeners and viewers that are sending messages. And if you're new to the Heat Army podcast, drop us a subscribe. And you can, well, you don't have to, but you can message anyway on our chat, and then we'll bring it up on screen. The lovely Darcy, Trina, evening. We've got one from Craig. We've got Ken Webster, St. Geordie, who I'll give you a little hint is still top of the Prediction League and starting to pull away. We've got Sean Harris, put evening, Christopher Story, and the lovely Vanessa. So remember, lots to talk about tonight. Get your messages in. And we'll probably start from the top, boys. We'll go to this on Tuesday evening. I received a message from our counterparts at Yeovil asking if there was any truth in Gateshead signing Frank. Is it Noble or Nobel? Noble. And I was like, nope, never heard anything like that. Don't think we've got the money to sign anybody. And I replied back with just about that. Haven't heard anything. And then I got a reply saying that there was rumours that Gateshead had put an offer in for him from a potential new owner, which obviously pricked the ears. And I was like, whoa, here we are. This has got out. And I messaged them back saying, well, where have you heard that from? And then they had sent me a link to their website where there was a quote from Mark Cooper, who spoke to BBC Radio Somerset, I think it is, down there, saying that there had been an approach for Frank, who had agreed terms to go to Gateshead with their new owner, who had, his agent had made the potential deal. No surprise in Gateshead signing players. It happens every season. Every club signs players, but it was the words in that of potential new owner that was behind the transfer to bring Nobel into the club. And then obviously people have shared that on social media. It's around. It's out there. We're not breaking the news. It was reported by BBC Radio Somerset on their Twitter page as well. I think we've had a little chat about this before we come on. I think I speak for all of us when there's nervous excitement and trepidation in the prospect that somebody is in line to buy the football club, and that they're going after targets to bring in to bolster the squad bodes well. But I think with our recent history around new owners at the football club is always going to leave a very nervous and tense feeling around new faces and a new regime.
Too right. I mean, we've had our fingers burnt with colour. You've seen what happened. You've seen what's happened up at Blythe.
Yeah.
When this broke, it's answered a question at the Altrincham game. I was asked by someone if I knew what the crack was, and I didn't have a clue. And they realised when they looked at my face, I was pretty blank and expressionless, which is probably normally my face.
I was going to say that's
well, I thought I'd get that in before you did. And they walked away and said, well, obviously you don't know. And then Tuesday night, this comes out. So maybe that's the question I was meant to answer when I didn't have a single clue.
Well, I mean, obviously the news is there's something behind it because someone's made the approach for Frank down at Yeovil. You put feelers out, you hear certain things, but as you said, Mickey, there was, whispers going around the stand on a match day. Not massive ones, not to the point where everyone was, talking about it, but there was little bits and pieces. So there must be something to it. And of course, the Mark Cooper wouldn't come out and say it if that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Well, there must be some truth in it because you can't publicly say that, can you? Really, if there's nothing to it. Oh, I'm not sure if I like this actually having my whole face on the whole thing, Davey. Too scary, Davey. I feel like I'm beating you hard, Davey. Go back to 3. It's much better with 3.
No, it's not. We're giving people the money's worth, even though they don't pay for it. The
money's much better with 3. I hope you haven't said that to Pippa.
Anyway, I like you lads. It was just like shock, wasn't it? It was shock. I'm trying to rise above this. I'm rising above this.
Hang on, we can't dance past that. It's much better with 3 is often followed with it isn't gay in a 3-way.
I'm trying to rise above this and say how
shocked I
was to hear
No,
this.
sorry. I'll let you get your point out there.
No. So just like you lads, just shocked and almost just what the news confirmed if it's true,
Yeah, it's. I mean, look, till we know any details or any facts or if it even happens is another question, isn't it? You can have nervous excitement, but you don't want to have disappointment as well. We've got,
cautious optimism was the word.
It is cautious optimism. There's trepidation as well. Definitely. And, I think, it's no secret that the people involved at the football club at the moment are stretched to the limits to keep the club going as they are. So fresh money, fresh blood had to come in at some point. But we'll see what comes of it. I mean, what other people's thoughts are on that and stuff. I mean, we've got Mr. Lucas put, evening gents, disappointing result against Aldershot. Desperate and need a desperate result against Maidenhead. Not too sure about the takeover thing. Slightly nervous but excited if true. I think. Yeah. Someone's put any Hollywood stars spotted in the vicinity of the International Stadium. Well, unless you class Mickey as a Hollywood star, I don't know what it is.
What's this, Shrek?
Elephant Man, he was going to say there, if they have money for it. Vanessa has put, I totally understand where you're coming from. It's scary, but it can be good. We did try and put a good word in with you of our billionaire owner. Well, I know you kind of own 2 clubs, but you never know. You might have left you and come to us. But look, we're just going to have to see what happens, where it goes. It's exciting. It's nerve-wracking. But till we have facts on the table, we're only getting second-hand news through another another source. That's the only reason. That's the only thing we can really talk about as well. Because if there is wheels in motion, we can't really speculate until we have facts. And I think that the facts are the best things to deal in. You would hope that whoever is involved in wanting to, come on board with the club or take over the club has a good plan in action to keep the fans heavily involved. I would imagine they'll want to keep the community aspect of what has been built since the club got re-established, as it were, since the Cala fiasco. And I think there would probably be a meeting with fans to, give what their plans and, what their thoughts and what they're going to do with the football club. Because, at the end of the day, I think everyone knows football owners are custodians. Yes, they're the ones putting the money in, but everyone's got the hearts on the sleeve and how they see their own football club. So it's just going to have to see what happens, Emily's asking a question. She goes, sorry, where's all this coming from? I'll just put this on the screen so Emily can read it. As Yeovil Town manager Mark Cooper revealed to BBC Radio that forward Frank Nobel was a transfer target of Gateshead. He mentioned that a potential new owner of Gateshead was behind the bid to bring Nobel to the club. So that's where this is all coming from for Emily. We've got Mr. Singh on his way up north. I hope not. Hartlepool are up for sale. Thomas Boyles, but don't know what to make of the takeover, to be honest. Hope they're willing to put money into the club. Say it like a project like Wrexham. Just don't want anything like 2019 again. I think, yes, that would be the biggest worry of everyone. But I would imagine the people involved at the club would have been talking to these people probably for a long time and vetted them and they're not just going to offload it after what they did to get in control of the football club. So I think that's what everyone should bear in mind as well.
I think, can I just come in there, Dave?
Yep.
You got to remember the football club is run by a few people, and I think the people in the soul are going to have the knowledge to make sure they're selling to the right person.
Absolutely.
They'll be utilising the FSA as well, the Football Supporters Association. I would imagine if anything is going through, that'll be
they'll went
through all the checks.
Yeah. But you would think they're not going to let it happen again, like what a repeat of 2000.
They'll have to go through the fit and proper persons test and everything like that. Everything will be above board.
Didn't Calla get away with that one? Didn't he get through the fitness test?
No, somebody else. Someone else
got in.
Varghese and that other bloke that he had with him got through the fit and fit persons test. Then
Michael, whatever he was called.
Yeah, then he came on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Sean
Paris, as well as getting excited about this takeover, we when it does, or hopefully when it does happen, we won't forget what's happened over the last 5 years. The people who've invested in the club, because we'd never be where we are now without the generous support of a lot of people.
That's the most important thing. Sean Paris, but until it comes from the club itself, then I'll take it with a pinch of salt.
Exactly.
Steve Farnfield, but I've heard all this before, more than often, generally now in it. I think there could be something in this one, Steve.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a manager in our division talking about it at a press conference to the BBC. You'd think there's something there, isn't it?
I remember.
You would think so.
I remember in the 70s, I think the Chronicle headlines about a Texan millionaire buying the club. Well, let's hope this bloke hasn't got cowboy boots on there. We've had enough of them in the past. But yeah, I mean, that's the state of play. It's pointless us guessing or, any names that have been bounced about online. We know no facts. The only thing we know of is that it came from the BBC reporting it from talking to Mark Cooper. And that is the state of play.
It's also a part of football, isn't it? Like speculation. We do it with players, don't we? In the transfer season, we're speculating which ones are coming, who's going out the door. It's just more speculation, isn't it? So let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it could be quite the prospect, couldn't it? If one that wants to heavily back the club, and if they're good, if things of what has been said by Mark Cooper is true, that they're going out to try and bolster the squad in preparation for taking over, is something that will excite fans as well. But we'll have to wait and see how it all develops out. What we might hear something tomorrow categorically denying it from the club. We might hear there's a press conference next week or in 2 weeks. We just don't.
Do you think the club? I think the club will be under an NDA if there's anything going through it. I don't think you'll hear anything until it's signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yeah.
I
think that's the best way as well. Obviously, and Mick Scully makes a good point here. Whether it's true or not, I think Cooper was out of order mentioning the club by name.
Yeah, fully agree. Yeah.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, if that was the case, it didn't, from what he was saying, it didn't go through the proper channels. Let's hope lessons are learned if that was the case. No. We can't just be blinkered and going, we want players to come in or potential. Maybe that's a wrap across the knuckles. So,
because we wouldn't like it if it was us. If it was our
club, we didn't when it happened to Putin.
No,
that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, so in my time of sort of supporting the club, what we've had like two good. That's no disrespect to who we've got now, but we've had like two big owners in my time. Obviously, Cameron Hall was the first one, wasn't it? And then Graham Wood was the other one.
And the Bennetts as well. The Bennetts put a lot of money in.
Oh yes, yeah, I forgot about them as well. Yeah, those were the three. Well, we've had no more.
No. We've got Steve Farnfield. Any of us could approach a player and claim to be the next owner of the football club. Yeah, but I think they must have known who it was or of who was involved to be.
Some more concrete. Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: it's not like Cooper to be an arsehole, really, is it? He's always been one.
Strange. The new potential owners are buying players without Mags and Luke Clark having a say, unless all done. Mags and the owner have had meetings. You just don't know. We don't know. We're saying we speculate. They could have had meetings or anything on what was happening. They might not have. We just don't know. But that is the state of where we're at. If anyone's got any messages about it, please send them in. We will read them out. But that's where we're at. We can't really go into it anymore because we don't know anymore. But
exactly.
So
think about something in and out of boots, really good.
Exactly.
Well, that's we've been doing the podcast for how many episodes, Davey?
That's just a week. But it gives a little bit of excitement. Hopefully, I think everyone's probably the same. I'm not going to get too excited until we actually see something concrete. Yeah. And then you can go, ooh, what's happening here? Especially with the position that we're in the playoffs. If we're to bolster the squad, that'd be pretty good. Alan Guest has put, surely this can't be a prank. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Davey, when you get an invite to the press release, when the press day, when they're announcing it, we'll get excited then.
I'll tell you what, I'll go in one of the kids' Halloween costumes. I'll go as Among Us character, all inflated. We've got...
I can climb in, will you? And I can go into the meeting now.
Not with your bowel movements. Just hope it doesn't distract the players. I'm sure it won't. It might excite them as well. We've got here all set up, isn't it? New owners and bring Cooper in as manager.
I just have to have called me ear hole. That'll be right.
Yeah,
we'll get Tommy Widrington.
That would make it.
I'm happy with Mags, thank you.
Yeah, yes. Very much so. Yeah.
Let's hope the first potential signing new owner makes the quality as a commercial manager. The club badly needs strengthening off the pitch. Yeah, and I think that would be things that would probably be brought up at a fans meeting and things like that. But let's get to that first if it happens. And so if you want to send your messages in about that throughout the show, please do, about the takeover. Yeah. We'll go back to it. But just going back to this bit here, lovely presentation. Look at that. Javon Malcolm, deservedly, I'd say, getting player of the month. He's done a lot of running, holding up the ball. He's got amongst the goals, setting up goals. He
looks happy.
He stepped up. Having the likes of Sellers-Fleming or Fleming-Sellers, I always get it the wrong way around, has really brought out the best in him, having a target man to play off. I thought his hold-up play has been absolutely astonishing. It sticks to him like glue. He's up against big, burly defenders, and he's holding his own. When he's running in on goal, cutting in and scoring goals, in inch perfect, getting past the goalkeeper, he's looked phenomenal. And just his work rate has been fantastic, and I think it's nice to see that he's being recognised by the league. Obviously, the players win Player of the Month for the club and stuff like that, but to see that the league has noticed that, I think is a nice feather in his cap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I just say something? Looking at that picture, Davey.
Yeah.
Look at the hat he's got on. Look at the training top he's got on.
I just think that's I don't know if I had the hats from Patrick, but I think he's just. I don't know if that's. Are you trying to look for subliminal messages, Mickey?
No, well, it's just a contradiction in terms. He's got the old Puma hat on and the Patrick top.
It could be his own Puma hat. You never know, because he was wearing Puma.
I've got one with a Gateshead badge on it.
Is it? All right. Well, there you go. We've got Javon plays with Sellers-Fleming. We've missed against plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, same against Rochdale as well. We missed. We were just playing one up front and it just didn't work. And
the Duchess has been in contact. Ruth, she's put Javon is an absolute gem, 100% every game, and well deserved.
Absolutely,
he is. And I'm sure the Viscounts are out tonight in the Auckland house. And maybe even the Ferrero Rocher. Incredible.
I dare say the Fox's collection might be out.
Oh, fancy.
I reckon Ruth will get the Fox's crunch cream out. I'll tell you what.
I could imagine hiding them from Nat so she can have them all herself.
Well,
one of those. Oh God!
Incredible footballer. Look, he's worked hard. He came in obviously after the season started, a couple of weeks in. Had to bide his time behind Owen Aseni because he was scoring and getting goals.
Yeah.
But look, he got in, and I think everyone kind of realised he needed someone to play off, especially the management. Obviously Flower came in first, got injured, then Sellers-Fleming arrived, and instantly you could see when they come on together that there was something there. And
they seemed to click straight away, didn't it?
Well, they seem to have a nice relationship as well on social media. I think after Sellers-Fleming got his first goal, Javon was one of the first ones to comment, the first of many.
I remember in late November into early December when he was just getting bit parts, and to me he wasn't looking the part. I was thinking, God,
he wasn't.
What have we done here? We've got this lad on a 2-year deal. He's not up to standard here, and that was my initial reaction. But hey, that's completely wrong, because bloody hell, he's turned out to be a great player.
He's put his head down and worked really hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only criticism I'll have is that he sometimes parks in the disabled gated stadium. But,
he's always going to be a better footballer than me by miles. The only thing I want to see is him put his shoulder in a bit more.
Aye. True.
Yeah.
But he learned that he's still young.
Yeah.
He didn't have the greatest to start. He's playing absolutely brilliant, and I won't deny that. And I'm glad he's proven me wrong.
Definitely.
Without,
lads, I've just
long may it continue.
One bit of news we've not got in, because all these days it seems like weeks since we've had a podcast. But of course, we got a license to be able to compete in the playoffs and go up.
Yeah, nice to know that was all right. I mean, we knew we could compete in them anyway because of the tenancy, but to have it in confirmation is fantastic, and
really good.
It's just something extra to play for in the run in, because obviously we haven't been able to pick up the points we would have wanted in the last few games, but we've got 3 important home games coming up in the next week. So we've got to get as many points on the board as we can in that point, because other teams will start to pick up points as they have done. The gap has shrunk to the bottom of the playoffs, and we need to try and extend that or keep it at arm's reach anyway. Got 1 second here. Oh, we've got another message from Ruth. She's got a former school teacher cap on here, lads. You keep saying writing Javon's name wrong. Tut. It's not Javon, it's Jovan. Oh, I'm putting it wrong. Oh, sorry. You know where it is? What an idiot. That's my fault. So Jovan. I was saying Javon. Jovan. There we go. Jovan. Well, it's not the first player I've got wrong for a while. We were calling Philippe Marshall for 6 months. So we're human. We've got any update on Flowers? I don't think until April at the earliest. If his injury recovers in time, hopefully it does. I believe he's still on loan with us. We've got Thomas Boyle. Any recent injury updates? Richard, Grayson, Hunstrop, etc. Believe that Grayson and Tyrell, probably about a week and a half away. Maybe could be on the bench this week. Hopefully, if the news the other week was carries in the right timeline. Hopefully there will be.
Well, you would imagine Tyrell was, because he was the closest, wasn't he?
Yeah, be good to see him back in there and given more options in midfield from the bench. Vanessa's put that's been the best news all week, seeing that confirmation in writing. Yeah, it was. It should have been one of the big things we're talking about, but obviously with things that happened on Tuesday, it's kind of went on a little bit of a back burner. Another bit of news that we want to talk about as well and say all the best to and thank you for his contributions to the podcast. And when he came on was Carl, who was the ladies manager of
good guy.
Gateshead FC ladies. He stepped away from the role and we want to wish him all the best in the future. He's a lovely lad, and as I say, he's always with us. And as I say, thank you for everything you did with the podcast, and we wish him well.
I'm sad to see Carl go, but I understand his reasons for going. He's a busy lad. He's got his kids to think about as well. I've got a lot of time for Carl.
It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of commitment, isn't it? And you got weekend commitments. Go to matches on Sunday, etc. Midweek, obviously for training. Wish him luck. Yeah, and he was always good on here as well when he came on.
Yeah,
lovely.
He's a good bloke. I will miss him.
Just while we're on the subject, any news of a new manager?
Well, I think Rusty and Thomas have took over for now. I wasn't there Sunday. I couldn't get.
How did he get on?
We got before 2 or 40 proof, unfortunately.
That was the bottom of a table clash, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's stuck in the league. I never checked. Right. But it's a blow. Hopefully, the lasses can pull themselves together and move on and go forward. But I will miss Carl. I've got a lot of time for Carl.
Yeah, lovely man, always approachable when he's seen him. Also as well, this is a funny one because I hadn't heard anything about it until Monday evening when I seen Twitter alight with it. Someone's put National League Cup or Baller League. What do we care less about? Now, have you heard about the Baller League, boys?
Yes.
No.
Right. So what it is it a 6-a-side competition or 5-a-side?
It's like a 6-a-side competition. And do you want me to explain it?
Go on, you explain it.
It's basically where ex-pros play 6-a-side. It's part of Johnny Bellahoon's company, where people from the area in Salford, where he's from, can come and play football and play against some players who they might think are heroes or idols.
No, you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong. You've got it completely wrong.
Oh, well, I've got the wrong thing then.
Yeah, you have. The Baller League is a new competition. I hope someone can confirm if it's either 6 or 7-a-side or 5-a-side.
Oh, well,
it is made up of influencers, celebrities, and former footballers and professional footballers. So John Bellahoon and a Dunstan player have been selected out of 20,000 players that applied to be part of this.
Oh, right.
Have been drafted to a club. Luis Figo is managing one of them, Ian Wright and somebody else is managing one of these clubs. It's going to be live every Monday night on Sky Sports and on Twitter.
Oh, right.
And
I thought it was to do with John Bellahoon's.
no, John
mentioned it in the programme about it.
Yeah, no, John Bellahoon's been selected. He was drafted. Obviously, they had a big thing at the O2, I think it was.
Right.
They obviously selected these players that have been drafted to these football clubs, and they'll be playing on a Monday night. And I think it's a 15-minute half, and it runs for about 10 weeks or something like that. So Jean will be involved in that starting from next week, I think it is. So it's an indoor, obviously, event, and it's 15 minutes. And I believe at the end of its level or something, there's only 3 players on each side, and goalkeepers can no goalkeeper, and you can shoot in if you double points and all this type of malarkey. It's basically just trying to make something interesting that probably isn't really interesting, to be honest.
I'll let you finish.
But if Jean is watching, I hope it goes really well for him. Of course, I know people had mentioned about him doing it and thinking about, his commitments to Gateshead. It shouldn't, interfere with anything like that. But as Mickey said there before, he does have a company and a brand that he wants to make himself. And one thing that has been clear at Gateshead for many years is that, especially in recent times, is that players have had other jobs, as well as Gateshead. And this is part of what he does. So, I hope it goes well for him. I hope he doesn't get injured and it affects him playing for Gateshead. But it's one of these things that a young lad like himself could get great exposure. And, as I say, that the names that's involved, Figo and people like that, Alan Shearer and Wrighty and Lineker and Mika Richards are managing one team. There's all sorts. So, I mean, we'll probably go into it more in depth once it starts, if we see, Jean scoring or making the headlines. But yeah, that's what that is at the moment. So,
I thought it was to do with what he does in the summer.
No,
I picked it up wrong.
It sounds better than the National League Cup, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll get it up in the background here so I can see.
National League Cup. There was a couple of games last night, quarterfinals last night, wasn't it?
All right. So
go on. Sorry.
Oh, I've got it up here on the screen. All you need to know. So John Terry is managing Chloe Kelly.
There's a shock.
Yeah.
John
I thought he'd have the women's team in.
The influencer-led league headlined by KSI is for the UK version, which sees Premier League players, futsal players, celebrities, and teams, 12 teams that will battle in the league. There's 12 teams. You can watch it on Sky Sports.
How much are they getting paid, those managers?
So this is the this is the names of the teams. They're not exactly great. The 26ers are managed by John Terry. So Deportivo Trio is managed by Alan Shearer, Mika Richards, and Gary Lineker. Then FC Rules the World is managed by someone called Clint 419, whoever that is. M7 FC is managed by Minimta. This sounds
right. Can we skip this and come back to Gateshead, please?
No, 1 second. Figo, Jens Lehmann, Robert Perez, and Freddie Lundberg are managing a team. Angry Ginge is managing one of them. Whoever the hell that is just absolutely. But I'll tell you where Jean Bellahoon, who his manager is, and he is with 1 second. M7. So who's that? Minimster. So I have no Minimter, whatever. So there we go. Isn't he? Carl Magny, is he? Right. But that is the Baller League. But we'll get back to Gateshead. Let's get back to some of the news as well this week. And we want to wish a big get well soon to former Gateshead defender Chris Bush. If you don't remember Chris Bush, he was a good defender, young lad, stocky when he was at Gateshead, but he had a hell of a long throw on him. Probably one of the best long throws I've seen in a Gateshead shirt. But
Yeah.
Chris, he was with us in the 2012-13 season. Unfortunately suffered with a heart issue at home earlier this week, and he's been ruled out for the end of the season. I think the Boreham Wood reported on their website that it possibly a heart murmur that he's had all his life that's been undetected. So we just wish him all the best, and that he is say on the mend. Hopefully back on the football pitch, but more importantly, let's hope Chris Bush makes a full recovery.
Definitely, yeah. I remember him actually. Yeah, I remember him playing for us. I had a season. By the way, also get well to. I hope it recovered the person who had the medical emergency in Aldershot as well, which posed.
Yeah. It's, obviously that was one of the things that happened at Aldershot. We had that 40-minute delay, didn't we, in the first half? And as I say, it wasn't.
I think they had a right scramble for the trains.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Obviously, the game was heavily delayed. Apparently, N7 is Islington Arsenal, so that's why some of the things or the names of them. We've got whoever thought of this league needs a wake-up call. I think it's these influencers that have a massive following where youngsters like to watch them box and do all these crazy things that aren't really sport.
Is money talking, do you think?
Oh, yes. And,
without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, I'd like to think that whoever's playing for KSI fars out with an absolutely sparks the mood, because what he's doing in the boxing, he's just making it a joke.
Oh God, yeah.
But you can't blame any young player non-league that gets the opportunity, because there'll be some big money involved, you would imagine, and things.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, aye.
I have a slightly angry Ginge snoozing on my lap. I don't think he's quite the manager material, but his football skills are quite good. And that's a cat. Oh, bless you, Steely. Are you all right?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm coming down with a cold as well, a little bit.
And we'll just go full screen just so there's any snot.
Oh, charming. Yeah.
See, look at that. So we're reading.
Oh, you and this technology.
I am having a great time with this. Like, we will be adding more to it, and I hope people do like this media presentation thing.
Have you still got the John Ollie thing?
Yeah.
What John Ollie thing?
The noise that you went, way.
Oh, yeah. 1 second, look at that. I've got to guess which button it is.
Spoken like a true man.
There we go. So yeah, still got that.
That's officially now called the John Ollie button.
Yeah, it is going to be the John Ollie button. Steve Farnfield has put John Young going into football management. The angry binge.
Angry binge. Thank you, racist.
Yeah. Well, look, lads, there's 2 games coming up this week. Obviously, 3 home games really, but we'll be back on before the final third of these home games in a row. But the prediction league, there it is on the table. Get them in there. Big thank you to Johnny.
Oh, look at St. Geordie.
St. Geordie is 3 points clear now at the top.
Oh.
I'm in second, then Craig and Hedonistic. Davy Steele, you're not far away. You're only 6 points up top, son.
Well, Craig and Hedonistic, get above him.
Oh, it's tight, isn't it?
It is. It's really.
Hell. Did anyone go for an Aldershot win? No,
I don't think they did. But we want you to get you all in for the Maidenhead and Braintree. So both games, get your predictions in. I'll go first with mine. I'm going to go 3-1 on Saturday to Gateshead and 2-0 on Tuesday. Mickey?
I'm going the opposite way. I'm going 2-0 on Saturday against Maidenhead and 3-1 against Braintree.
I've just written it down, and I've gone exactly the same as Davey, 3-1 and 2-0, but I'm going to change that now. So I'm going to go 3-0 on Saturday, and I'll go 2-1 on Tuesday night.
What people are starting to get lazy here. I'm noticing it. I can see you all. You're getting lazy. Look at this.
Oh, me?
No, lots of people. We've got Johnny Gray, 4-1, 4-0 both games. In Webster, 2-1, both games. I see what you're doing. We've got Mr. Luke has went 3-1 to Gateshead against Maidenhead, 3-0 against Braintree. We've got Darcy, she's going 3-1 and 2-1 in the respective games. Oh, we've got Thomas Boyle is a little bit more conservative. He's going 2-1 on Saturday and 0-0 on Tuesday. We've got Patrick Story's going 2-1 against Maidenhead, 4-0 against Braintree. And then we've got 3-0 from Colin Dilbo on Saturday and 3-2 on Tuesday. Craig 2-1 on Saturday and 1-0 on Tuesday. We've got Ryan Gibson. He's got 3-1 win on Saturday and 3-0 win on Saturday, sorry, and 3-1 on Tuesday. So still time to get your predictions in, get them in. And as I say, we'll get the prediction league updated by Mr. Johnny Gray, the man, the myth, the legend, and we'll get into that. But as I say, Steely, are you making your way up for Saturday's game?
I am, yes. Saturday and Tuesday, I'll be there. Yeah, the following Saturday, probably not, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Good stuff. And also as well, Steely's going to be our roving reporter on Saturday with the cordless mic.
Am I?
That means I can shout and swear again. Get in.
Does, yes. So we'll have a little cutaways to Steely live on the show, and then if anyone else wants to do it in coming weeks, let it be known if you fancy it, and we'll assess you and see if you're sensible enough. We've got St. Geordie's going 3-1 win against Maidenhead, 2-2 against Braintree. Steve Farnfield 2-2 against Maidenhead and 3-2 against Braintree. Oh, Sean Parry's playing his joker, 3-2 win on Saturday, 2-0 win on Tuesday. We've got no half-time pens on Saturday. I think that was just for the TV cameras, Mr. Boyle. And
I think they should do it all the time.
I think they should. He too, and we don't know what the rest is to that, Mr. Allen. Yes, get that sent in, and we'll get it added in. But we can obviously look at the league table, boys. And I haven't got Steely involved in this one. We'll add him in. There he is. Obviously, Gateshead sitting in 5th place at the moment, and we've got a game in hand on a couple of teams above us. But at the moment, with those couple of draws and losses, we can start to look over our shoulder a little bit now. Yes, we are 5 points clear of the bottom of the playoffs. So that cushion that we've had has dropped a little bit. But that's
two disappointing games, one of the two. We looked tight. I mean, I think you described it, Davey. Rochdale will look leggy and tired. Aldershot, we actually looked a little bit better, but we conceded sloppy goals. Go on, Mickey.
I thought we weren't as bad against Aldershot as what I thought.
No,
game against Rochdale were absolutely. You could see what was coming.
That was
like
the worst
a car crash.
That's the worst performance I've seen for a while.
And I just think Aldershot are a bit more clinical. Yeah, second goal, it's quick thinking. First one's a mistake.
Yeah.
And the sending offs killed her again for the third goal.
Yeah. I was quite optimistic at half time when he made the substitution, and I thought, we're gonna win this game. Certainly was better than the Rochdale game. But listen, we've got home games now, so we can't blame tidiness anymore.
We've had 7 days to get it and drilled in.
We needed it though. We needed that 7 days.
That's 7 days, and plus they've got 10 days at home where they can just come backwards and forwards. They haven't got to worry about the travelling.
That's right. Exactly.
That's got to be good for the legs.
Well,
absolutely.
Back on the prediction front, the whimsical John Ollie has went with 2-0 to Maidenhead.
As soon as John Ollie comes on, you're supposed to press the button.
Oh, sorry.
True man.
There we go. The John Ollie button. And then he's went 3-1 to Gateshead against Braintree.
Spoken like a true man.
There we go. I like to think that he has that on his ringtone himself. 2-0 against Maidenhead and 2-1 against Braintree.
Good work, Alan.
Yes, he got it out there in the end. And but yeah, looking at that league table, we've got 10 games left now, or 10 games left for us, and 3 home games. I think we've got 6 home games left, haven't we, in all? we've got to make them count.
We do. Especially against clubs, towards the bottom end of the table. Let's be honest.
To be honest, I think they're the tougher games, Steely.
I think you're right, Mickey. Actually, because they're fighting for their lives. A point for them is massive, isn't it?
Just to ratify, obviously, everyone's been talking about second and third place, about potentially getting there. Maybe that might be slipping away from us now. But fourth and fifth do have a home eliminator playoff if we do finish. You go to second or third. So that'd be very important to get the home game. So fourth and fifth, there's something very much to play for to be in those positions.
If we make it, just not Halifax, please. It doesn't matter where or what, just not Halifax.
Well, you know what it is. If we're getting the playoffs, I don't give a monkey's who we're playing. As long as we're in the playoffs, that's the main thing.
That is the main thing. It is. Alan,
especially after last season's shenanigans.
We've got 10 games left, Alan. 10 games left, and I believe 6 are at home.
Oh, the dog's walking up.
Where's he? Oh, yeah, he's at the door. You all right, Perry?
You need to wee.
No, someone's walking about in the kitchen. That's where it is.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. We need to start winning games, of course. I think everyone knows that. The players know that.
Well, Mags has come out, hasn't he? And he's not beating about the bushes. He's sort of saying 3 massive games. We need to win them all. That's what he's saying. That's what he's demanding of his players, which is fair enough. You've got 3 home games against 3 teams towards the bottom. Yeah. I mean, Mickey, you're right there. Seriously, Braintree, Maidenhead, they'll be delighted with a point at Gateshead, So they're going to come back and sit deep against us. Let's be honest.
If you're going to finish in the playoffs, and we're looking at it. You've got to be looking at a minimum of 7 points in these next 3 games.
Yeah.
Something that we didn't get to really talk about last week was that I'll put this up here. I don't know. You can't really see the tweet there from Mark Carruthers. But he's got a new weekly column that he's writing for the non-league paper website, and
cool.
It's recognising the brilliant job that Dicker has done on BBC Radio Newcastle. It's a good place. So that's what he's done, and he was recognised with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Football Writers Association awards the other week to Paul Dixon. So
wow, excellent,
massive well done to Paul. If anyone knows Dicker, he's to know him, to love him. He's one of the warmest, most knowledgeable people you'll meet in Northeast football, dare I say football in general. An absolute legend, and I was buzzing when I seen that he had been recognised like that at such an event.
And he likes Gateshead as well. He does like Gateshead.
Northeast non-league royalty, I call him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point.
And we're still in the thick of it. The playoff race, second and third, more wins could almost certainly ensure the spot who potentially in the Football League in our grasp. It's exciting times, and it's time to get exciting, and then you add in what could be as well around the corner if it's to be believed. This could be fantastic. We've got 6 home games. We have to make the most of them. We do, and we've got to get behind the team as well. And Mickey, did you see before we came on air that it's non-league day on
22nd of this month? I think Mickey Scully was saying it as well. It's mainly Mickey Scully's idea. It's about time. We've got a week to plan something for non-league day. It's one of the first times it's landed when we've had a home game. Now it's up to the club. Get videos out. Get the posters out for people that put up in pubs and shops.
Yeah.
Let one know you need it. If you can get the posters done, let one know, and we'll come and fans can come and get them and put them up in the local areas. Get something out, even if you charge a tenner for the game. There's always some discount to get new fans in.
Yeah,
just get it done. It's non-league day. Don't sit there on your arses. Get something done, lasses, please.
Well, there is actually something being done for this Saturday's game. I'll get it up here. I was meaning to add it into the presentation that I've got up there on the media. I'm just trying to find it.
It's under 14s free, accompanied by a paid adult.
It is, and
you get a free hot dog as well if they've got them in stock.
And
That was last week for definite. I don't know about this week.
this week against Maidenhead, it's got go free. There's going to be a meet and greet with the players in the foyer. Again, it is free hot dogs for under 14s.
Oh well.
And there's a Q&A with Greg Ollie in hospitality guest only.
I wonder who's leading that.
It's not me.
I hope they get the mic fixed.
Exactly, I get that microphone fixed.
Well, I haven't been asked.
But just to go back to Mickey's point, like, yeah, absolutely. So is that the Tamworth game?
Yes.
So we've got no Newcastle, no Sunderland playing.
No.
You know, that's a big push on that, and push for promotion. Basically, that should be like the
Get some videos out of the lads.
Yeah,
seeing what I'm doing for non-league day. Blah blah blah. Reduce the prices for one-off.
I mean, and we were talking earlier on. I'm not trying to get ahead of ourselves or even suggesting anything's going to happen, but these things could go hand in hand with if there is a takeover in the offing. Yeah. I don't know how close one would be or anything like that, but could you imagine if there was one in the near future that could lend into such a promotion? The club could be on everyone's lips, potentially, but we've still got as Mickey says, look further at that game regardless of getting people to come along, and hopefully the club will put something out and we can get more people there at the game.
It'd be great if we could get some posters and you just bang them in say, right, we've got some posters, all you have to do, come and get some, as many as you want, and we can just all of a gun down and start slapping bloody the fixture list up in shop windows, pubs.
The last 6 games.
Yeah,
definitely. We've got about 9 minutes left, everybody. Of course, we talked about, I'll put the back up here, media presentation. I'll get it back to the beginning. Obviously, this is what we've talked about tonight. Not Tamworth, I put that in by mistake. Obviously, Prediction League, your messages, anything else that you want to send in, any comments or thoughts that you want to share with us, please do. Obviously, Maidenhead and Braintree are the next 2 games on Saturday and Tuesday. We said get well to Chris Bush. Jovan winning the Player of the Month for the National League was very well deserved. And obviously, they take over rumours that have started after Mark Cooper mentioned about the potential new owner trying to sign players for the club. So that is where we're at the moment. So if you want a message,
lads, sorry, lads. There's a lot of games still to go. There's still 12 plus, potential playoffs and stuff. But very early thoughts. Who's your player of the season?
Oh, only one person for me.
Aye, go on.
Luke Hannant.
Yeah, there's not been many who played the entire season, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
And
sadly, the ones who you would think would be up there have been injured for a lot of the season.
That's right. Yeah.
But, no, I think Luke has held his head high, and I think he'll definitely be a real
candidate.
Candidate for that. And Johnny Gray's but got to be Hanno. Could offer season ticket holders a free pie and pint for the game. I think he's just after a free pie and pint. Buy one ticket, get one free could be
That's a great idea. That is an absolute wonderful idea.
Hanno has been consistently outstanding all season. He's
been not consistently outstanding. He's been a bit of a shithouse at times. So let's not get his heat too big.
Hey, look, the lad's had his hair cut, man. Look, he's flying at the minute. It's great. It had me confused because normally I look for the locks. He's had it cut, but we've got obviously, and Roof's put a laughing face up there. It's as I say. Also, as well, just out from we have been on since, but the last game. If anyone wasn't at the last game and you listened in, if you want to give us any feedback on the roaming fan in the stand that we had in Mickey, and we're gonna progress with it, see how it works. See if technology is our friend, because it worked well the last time. Hopefully, it'll continue that, and if anyone wants that, and hopefully we might be able to get like a legend, if there's in attendance, might be able to join us on the for like a 3-man team who can sit and stuff.
Even a 2-minute interview with some of the players, in the stand. So.
Yeah, it'd be great. Do things like that. Darcy's been given free tickets to hand out at my school. That's fantastic. Someone's put £5 tickets. Yeah, all ideas.
Yeah, I think it's a great. Let's just fill the friggin' place.
Yeah.
But if things are to be believed, what we mentioned earlier in the show, there's going to be a lot of other things going on within the club.
I can appreciate that. I really do. But how long does it take someone to knock a poster up and send it to the printers and get it delivered? Surely it can't take that long.
Yeah.
And not to get ahead of ourselves, I know we've talked about it, and there is nervous excitement, trepidation, as we've all said beforehand. If there is something to go, if there's something to this and it happens, I want to be one of the first to say, and I think everyone will say there's a massive thank you to that everyone that is involved at the club currently, and potentially still involved with the club next season.
We're having canned like the Toon did.
If the takeover happened, regardless, the things that have been done with the people that are involved with what they've had to hand has been absolutely magnificent.
Yeah.
Whether they carry on and there isn't a takeover and they are still in charge next season, so may be it. And I think there'll not be many people complaining. But if this does happen, they can hold their heads high to where they've got the club to be looked at. But as I say, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, the Soul, Gated Soul, could lend a hand on non-league day. Would take the pressure off the club officials. Yep, that's a good shout. You know, as I say, it's all hands to the pump. We all know that at Gateshead. We've got to keep an eye out for millionaires in the stand on Saturday.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say what the millionaires look like.
True.
That's a deep question. Deep profound.
Not of the players shout out, but shout out to Ollie to the hat trick and taking over the Clark with Clarkey putting the hands on the hard yards of the lads while coming back from injury. Yeah, he's they did have to step up with Clarkey, and
he just likes being involved, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Just
so
likes being involved with the club.
And there was a picture of Greg kicking a ball not so long ago, so you never know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
that would be the
one last question. If we're going to end the question on a question, who's everybody's just one all-time favorite Gateshead player?
God, oh, bloody hell!
You can only pick one.
One, Jesus.
That to make it hard.
That is some question.
I'll be honest. It used to be Keith Fletcher because I used to just love the entertainment.
I know. I used to like Alan Lamb going way back.
Look, it might sound putting like brown nosing, but it has to be Greg Ollie for me. Seeing him lift that trophy at Wembley.
He's a good player.
There's very little will ever beat that for me.
Yeah. He's a class player as well. Let's not forget that. Not just
a class player. It's a really, really hard one. I think you might know who I'm going for. Mine's Derek Bell.
Derek Bell, aye. God, aye. I tell you what, it's a tough question. Oh, there you go. Mixed good.
There you go.
We've got Keith McNall, Gateshead FC.
Oh, aye. He was through and through, 100% through and through.
Clarkey says Sean Parry.
Aye.
Ollie, which is with me. Darcy. Mark Hine says Steve.
Mark Hine. Wow.
Yeah. To be honest, when he played well, we always won.
He was hard as nails as well.
Greg Ollie or Adi Yusuf, it's a tough one. I know there's Armandone. Armandone. Yeah, there's Armandone was knocking about as well.
Ali Dyer.
I was born.
If you look at obviously, we knew Greg was always going to be a good player for us from his first game. He bought into the club. He loves it. Scorer of great goals, creator of great goals. But that promotion season followed by the next two seasons, and ultimately Wembley, 2 bits of silverware lifted aloft that man's head, and he was pivotal in all of it. It's got to be Greg for me.
I wonder what his favourite goal will be.
Greg's.
I like that one he scored against Alfred in the last minute.
I liked
Where
his
he
debut.
picked it up.
I liked his debut goal.
I can't remember his debut goal. What was his debut goal?
Maidenhead away.
That was a cross. He knows fine well that was a cross.
It was like a young Beardsley man. He dinked it in. With Colin Dilbo and John Shaw.
John Shaw. I love John Shaw.
John Shaw was quite good, aye.
Monty, can't wait until he comes back. He has got to be one of my favourite goalkeepers, Monty, though. I think just the emotional roller coaster he took one as well. Yeah.
Not many saved as many penalties as Monty did.
God, no.
Not in important games as well, like him.
Right.
But no, some good ones. If anyone else,
good question, this like.
Well, we've come to the end of the show. Big thank you to everyone that's contributed today, Steely and Mickey, as ever. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. There's speculation, there's rumours. We'll just go on what we know was said by Mark Cooper. But if anything does happen, if there is anything that happens in the meantime, we'll endeavour to have a podcast on ASAP if there is any news of any takeover of the likes.
Bring the mic because we'll be doing the stadium.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we'll be doing the stadium necking cans.
Yeah.
Sam Bender and all them.
Down there, Bartlett on goalkeeping. Yeah, good shout for Aaron Bartlett and good night, girls. But yeah, no, as I say, we will endeavour to do a show if there is any breaking news, but we'll take it as it comes. And thank you for your company, everybody. We've really enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah,
Steely,
good laugh, yeah.
When are you back on the island, Steely?
Oh God, I go back Monday the 24th, so week of Monday, so it's not far away.
Oh, there we go.
Far away. I've already booked off the 1st of June, but that's by the by.
Are you not going to tell everybody your news?
What news?
Who you interview?
Oh yeah, Steely. You know, Steely is our premier celebrity schmoozer. And when are you being interviewed by him?
So it's early June. I think it's the 8th of June. He's coming out. So I worked with him on the Farne Islands. He came out and stayed the night on the Farns and did an interview with us. He's coming back on, but he's coming to the Isle of May, obviously.
I haven't mentioned
everyone who it is.
It's Robson Green is coming out to interview us again.
I remember watching that, laughed my head off because he said that he looked like you, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah. Should I get him do like a podcast message?
Yeah, definitely.
On the phone.
Me and Mickey's coming up.
Get him to be a message for Trina as well, because I think she secretly got a crush on him and all.
Well, I think he's staying on the island, and I think it's the 8th and 9th of June.
Oh, well, we're coming up on the 7th. It's going to be great.
We'll do a show live from there.
You know, when you're taking them on a tour, you just see me and Mickey lying naked on the runway, like heels. Yeah. And the last message is Robson Green, the new owner. Who knows? No, we'll say goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.